media, particularly TikTok. That is where they were learning about what happened on October 7th, what happened in the days, weeks, and months to follow. That's a serious problem. It's a serious problem for democracy, whether it's Israel or the United States, and it's a serious problem for our young people. They did not know history. They had very little context. And what they were being told on social media was not just one-sided, it was pure propaganda.
I don't disagree that TikTok does misinformation. I think a lot of social media do it as well. The Qataris are doing the same thing when it comes to X as well with misinformation. But she only addresses one part of the problem. Why not take on her colleagues and the professors and the teachers that are teaching them this nonsense as well? She doesn't talk about that. There's going to always be misinformation. I'm not saying we should accept it, but you need the fact leaders, the people that are the professors that's providing the next generation with the information to correct those wrongs. They're not doing that.
Right. You would think that somebody's been out of office so long, not running for another, would call out her own party, but she never, ever does, and including the socialists. But it's such an important point she brought up, because she was there every step of the way. She was no ceremonial first lady. She was a co-president. And she saw how her husband's legacy was on the line, making Israel acquiesce to all these demands for the so-called Oslo Accords in 1993, only to have Yasser Arafat at the last minute go, oh, by the way, I'm not signing on to this. He said, what? He goes, yeah, I'll be killed the next day if I sign on to this. Any person who doesn't understand the two-state solution was walked away with by the Palestinians at that point, led by Yasser Arafat, has not even looked back. I'm not asking you to go back 80 years. I'm asking you to go back 20 years. I'm asking you to go back to a Democratic president. So what she's saying is these kids at Columbia, the elite, don't even know the history in the region, don't even understand it, and they get it from TikTok. This is what's so dangerous. We would never let the Chinese buy ABC, Fox, or CBS. You have to be an American citizen. But we have allowed them to buy the #1 news service to the next generation. Do you know how much anti-Trump stuff is now on TikTok? A lot of it. He has worked. That's why his numbers are dropping with young people. In the beginning, when he went on there, it was somewhat positive, but now it's clearly negative. People should look at the White House account. It is all graffitied with negative stuff. So this is what we're allowing. We're allowing TikTok to be the #1 news service to our next generation. That's why they're so anti-Semitic. This is what they're reading every day. You know who said that? Van Jones. Van Jones said, scrolling through his social media, all they're seeing is negative pictures of dead Palestinians. They said you're being crass. What his point is you don't see anything from the Israeli perspective on the news feed, and that's what puts people in the streets while they're getting paid to do this.
Right, but
she pointed out such an important point.
Brian, you're right, but it's not just TikTok. You go to YouTube, you're going to